All right, welcome back. We're gonna go ahead and continue into this next portion of our front-end developer training. What we're gonna do now that we've already looked at some of the modules available to us is we are gonna go ahead and look at specifically the free marker templates that we can develop on the platform, okay? So before we go ahead and actually create some of these things together, let's go ahead and take a look at the options that we have on the platform to work with, okay? Let's go ahead and dive right in. So we mentioned this in the earlier set of videos in the introduction, but we have a few different free marker templates that we can access and create on the platform, okay? Number one, we have what are called web content templates. Number two, we have what are called application display templates, okay? And these are actually for widgets. And then we also have new to 7.1, what are called page fragments, okay? Fragments are a little bit different, but they can actually use a lot of the same technology. So we'll actually take a look at this in a little bit in this section as well. Web content templates are a bit unique in how they are implemented. So web content template is responsible for determining the display or presentation of what is called a web content structure. If you're not familiar with Liferay's content management system, essentially a structure is a set of fields that can be configured to simplify the process of a content writer adding new content. So for example, if a content team needed to have press releases as a type of web content that they use in Liferay, a content manager could create a new structure that includes a number of fields for, let's say, the title, the image, that could be a logo image maybe, a date of release or date of publication, and then the actual content of the press release itself, okay? Once that structure is defined, a content writer can very easily create a new press release, fill out the structure, and publish, okay? But in order to determine how those fields are being displayed, we can create web content templates, okay? Those templates take those structure fields and put it in a free marker structure to control the presentation, okay? So we'll look at that in a later video, okay? Application display templates are a little bit different. They are responsible for more generally determine the presentation of different assets or widgets in a Liferay site. Okay, so for example, if I wanted to determine how a news feed or a blog feed was going to be displayed, I could create a asset publisher application display template and provide the free marker to make everything look nice. And we'll look at this in the next video as well. Okay. Like I mentioned earlier, page fragments are a little bit different. These are basically chunks of content where we can control the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and we can actually make it editable for our marketing team as well, which we'll take a look at in these sets of videos as well, okay? So we have all of these different types of styling. Once we have the overall look and feel, the global look and feel implemented by our theme, now we as front-end developers can get a bit more specific with how we want to provide design. So when we think about the process of design giving us mockups and needing to implement those mockups, we have both the big picture design, the responsive design, and now we can get more specific with our actual content, okay, so that we can get every layer of implementation that we need to, okay? All right, so just to recap this introduction here, our free marker templates will allow us to customize specific aspects of any given site in the Liferay platform. We are still using free markers, so a lot of the things that we talked about in the theme module section will actually apply here. So things like embedding widgets or some of the variables that we used in the portal normal, for example, the includes, the if statements, the for each, all of that is available to us on the platform for these free marker templates as well. So we'll go ahead and dive into that. We'll also be able to take advantage of some of those clay classes within our free marker structures as well, okay? So this will give us the ability to determine the presentation of every aspect of our sites, okay? Again, we can get global and then we can get specific with these templates. Okay, so in the next video, we're gonna go ahead and walk through adding some application display templates for the Livingston platform.